Hello. What's up, you guys? So we got a quick coaching session, and then we got a tournament. Not much else to do but get started, shall we? All studente. Estudiante. That was racist. Sorry. Anyways, hope y'all are doing well. Hello, hello.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good.
Sweet. So, I think we have three first to twos, and analysis, right?
Yeah, I think
And
so.
did you want this off stream?
Yeah, off stream's fine.
Or on or off? I mean, I can go. I just started my stream, and I don't mind going off because I just realized that in the note it's not off. I just want to know what you prefer, truly.
Honestly, man, it does not matter.
Sweet. Let's stay on stream. Easier for me.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. If that's yeah, and at any point, if you're like, I want to do it off stream because that's what you paid for. So that's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to be embarrassed about getting my ass kicked by you.
Best based attitude. All right. So, talk to me a bit. I know you put in some things in the notes, which is really helpful. But talk to me a bit about what you're looking for. I guess is it just general improvement? Do you have specific matchups you wanted to look at?
It's going to be general improvement. I have a couple like real specific questions about certain situations.
Sure.
Like mainly, I don't know shit about teching.
Oh, like tech rolling and stuff?
Yeah.
I was like, teching? Like what?
every time, well, yeah, every time I see a king match and he does giant swing, they're like, oh, they didn't tech and now they took extra damage.
Oh, okay.
Are you supposed to tech roll when you hit the ground, or is that
you're
different for that situation?
You're supposed to tech roll when you hit the ground. I'll just do a mini quick demo so you can see what I do. I'll share my screen.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist tournaments, King.
Okay.
Get ready for the next battle.
You can see my screen, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Right. First thing is giant swing. And I could just do it, but oops. Alright, so if I don't tech, how much damage does it do? Opponent attack info. So if I don't tech, just let it hit. 71 damage. Jesus.
Jesus. Okay,
That's with rage, but 49. So you save literally 22 damage, which is insane. That's like a ridiculous amount. But let me see how much it is without rage.
Okay.
$65. It's 45. So you save 20 damage. And then let's go do it at the wall. Good for me to review too. Oops. 75 at the wall? Okay. 70. Alright, somebody ban Janver. Yeah, 70 at the wall. So, yeah, basically insane damage. My tech method, if you didn't see my hand cam, is I'm literally taking my hand off the lever and I'm hitting 2. So I'm hitting 1 and 3. So I would literally just hit it as fast as you can. It's not worth trying to time it. It's not worth doing any of that. Just put in as many inputs. You're not punished for trying to do too much there.
Okay, so it's not like a throw break where if you hit it at the wrong time, you're going to miss it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no lockout. There's no, yeah. Good. All right. So, yeah, basically, so I have an open lobby. How I figured we'd do it is, you know, we'll play it like a tournament set, but you can obviously ask any questions during.
Okay.
I'm not going to be like, no, save it for after. Yeah, you're not obligated to talk, obviously. I know, like, I can't talk and play very well, so. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then, unless you want me to play a specific character to help you with a matchup, I'll just play kind of whatever I feel like to help, like, gauge where I feel like your habits are and what we can, like, work on. Yeah?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
I don't have a specific character I'd like you to play.
Ooh.
I would definitely like you to not play Negan.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Devil Jin, and I'm like, I don't blame you.
Oh, good. This isn't a tournament. I
To
can
the
use a
king
costume.
of Iron Fist
Yo,
Tournament
yeah, we
7,
got costume privilege right now.
Shaheen.
What?
Get ready for the next battle.
Like, I know one of my biggest problems is just being consistent with stuff. Like, some days I just feel like my brain doesn't connect to my hands anymore.
Dude, that happened to me yesterday. I blocked a stagger low and did a down forward 2 like 40 minutes later.
Fight.
Relo, yeah, the tournament's at 4, so.
Oh, what? That's just rude. You used me as a skateboard.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
Ah, shit. I dropped it. Nice. That's a specific situation I do have questions about.
Yeah.
Is getting up off the ground.
Yes.
Usually say for the roll backwards, roll to the side, or just try to mix it up as much as you can.
Both, and tap up. Tap up is really good.
I notice, especially in tournaments, spring kick is usually a real bad idea.
Yeah, unless you know they're nervous and they're just running forward, then it can be decent, but... So, do you know... Tell me what you know about punishment.
Not a whole lot. I mean, trying to space it and time doing a whiff punishment is difficult. I know with Heihachi, normally it's 1-1-2 for, you know, any situation usually works.
Yeah, so the hop kick...
Specifically,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
specifically Miguel, I have trouble against.
Okay.
So I'm actually kind of glad you played him. He's one of my worst matches.
Wait, Miguel, I'm playing Shaheen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Shaheen. Fuck, I'm confused right now. Yeah,
brown
Shaheen.
brown guy with facial hair, huh? No, I'm kidding.
Hey. Yeah, okay.
Kidding. Yeah. So yeah, if you if the hop kick basically is -13 or -12. Holy moly, I'm stoned.
Yeah.
If you you should be able to 1-1-2 it if you block it every time.
Okay.
And in fact,
okay.
if you don't, as you can see, it's a horrible thing to play against, right?
Yes.
So you want to, if you block that, let the opponent know that big mistake, player. Like you can't go about that, okay?
Yeah,
It forces them to change what they're doing unless they want to keep taking damage. So if you block a hop kick, I want to see 1-1-2 primarily just to stop me from hop kicking. Otherwise, you'll see that you'll spend the whole game getting launched and being like, this is so stupid. I'm like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big
Oh,
one.
trust me, I've definitely had games like that. Yeah, I think one of the hard things with Heihachi is that I'm so used to not having a real good low mix-up game with him that it's just not in my brain when I'm playing someone else that has that.
Definitely. Luckily, the big thing with Heihachi and Mishimas in general is punishment is so strong. Yeah, if you do that every time I do an up forward 4 and you're able to block it, it'll go a super long way. Like, it's not only damage, it mentally changes what the opponent wants to do. Like, if they keep doing that, it is so, it's hard to understate how big of a difference it makes in the mental game.
Okay. Yeah, and sometimes one problem with Heihachi is that his back one comes out a lot on accident.
Right, when you're trying to 1-1-2.
And then do a 1-1-2 punish.
Right, yeah. So building that muscle memory is really good.
Because if I'm just neutral guarding, will his hop kick launch me?
It won't, but it's good to build the muscle memory of I blocked something, I release the direction, and then I start punishing. That's a big deal.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is actually very good.
And something else you could do is you can 1-1 and try and confirm visually that it hit before you hit the 2. It's a little fast, but it's important because if I bait you with something like this and you finish it, you might get killed. Because I can launch you.
Ah, I see.
Right?
Okay.
So if I do this, you want to 1-1 and see if it hit and then hit the 2. Right? Perfect. But if I do this, then you confirm. Right?
Okay.
So that's an important thing because sometimes you'll try to 1-1-2, you might be a bit late and you don't want to die for it. So that's something to work on. But yeah, basically punishing that is really important because if I'm able to keep doing this and do nothing, I basically have a safe launcher that avoids highs and lows. And that doesn't seem very fair. So if you don't want me to have access to a move like that, you need to be able to punish it.
Okay.
But yeah, like you already pointed out, mid-low mix. And that's kind of a big deal. So we can keep playing, but I'm just talking as I go and just saying things I'm thinking about.
I feel like that low should be reactable, but I'm just too slow.
It's not reactable. It's too fast. Luckily, you have to guess. A lot of mid-lows are guesses. Nice. Yes, very good. Oh, I neutral ducked. Yeah, basically, you want to nail at the very least that 1-1-2 punish can change every game in your favor. Like, just being able to block and punish will move you up so far in just the way you think about the game, the way you think about defense, the way you proceed in ranked and in brackets. Punishment alone makes such a difference because the best moves in the game, like they give the highest reward to the defender, are usually locked behind the fact that they're punishable. So a good way to imagine it is if this move weren't punishable, it'd be stupid unfair because there's nothing I can do. So having the ability to say that, oh, at least if I block this, then I get something out of it, will also make, like, think of it when you're the attacker. If somebody blocks your down back 2, it feels awful, right? Because you're like, great, I made a move that was supposed to work, and now I'm taking a bunch of damage. So
if a down back 2 gets blocked, I know I'm getting hurt real
exactly
bad.
Right. And the thing is, you want to make the other opponent you want to make the opponent feel that same stress, that same discomfort. I tried to hit him with something and now I'm getting hit, and on a very fundamental human level that feels shitty, right? So it's like you want to represent that, because on the flip side, imagine if every down back 2 you did, nothing happened after, you didn't take any damage. You would just go ham with them, right? Like, hold this down back 2, hold this forward 4, hold this forward 2, all day.
Oh yeah, I've had ranked matches where they couldn't react to down back 2, and I just murdered them.
Exactly, right? So it's you can empathize with what it feels like to get away with not being punished and to get punished. So you want to impose that on your opponent too. And high key block punishment alone can get you so far for a lot.
Round 1. Fight.
I like that. You confirmed. Nice. Oh, that's cheap. It went under.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
Oh my god, that hit.
Walked into it.
That hit too?
Hey, I'm not very good.
No, not like you got hit by that. It's like, holy moly, that goes way farther than I thought it did. I have a sword. Usually it takes a lot of effort to get that far. Not like legs and hands doing that much. That's wild. Nice. Oh my god.
Okay, so that's one of the big issues I have is his
Round
forward
3.
forward too.
Fight.
If they roll, I'm screwed.
Yes. We can check out that situation in practice mode.
Okay.
Oops. Oh, I ducked.
Round 4. Fight.
Let's check out that side roll situation in practice mode. So first, I'm gonna go into the replay, and I'm gonna look at the situation, and then I'm gonna try to recreate in practice mode.
Okay.
Yeah, I like already that 1-1-2 coming together already is giving you more rounds than when it went unpunished, right? So it's like
Yeah, something I need to just get like ingrained in muscle memory.
right, and a good thing I would
block
do
a hop kick, I got it's just 1-1-2 every
exactly. And if you feel like there's some dumb move that keeps hitting you or you're like dealing with,
Oh yeah, the next first to 3, I'm gonna need you to play Fang.
yes, okay, I'll do that.
Round
We'll check
1.
out block
Fight.
the block punishment for each character basically. And I wouldn't expect to learn it all at once. It's more like get fucked up by a character, like you go in bracket, you see a new character, look up like 2 moves that kept hitting you and see if it's punishable.
Oh yeah, that Fang is one of my biggest issues with that. Which is down forward 3 or down back 3.
Yeah.
The stupid.
That's
slide.
rough for Heihachi too, because you don't get a launch. That sucks, yeah.
Yeah, there's not really anything I can find that I'm supposed to do there.
You see this? Look at this. You went under. What the f-
Yeah, I was punching through your head.
I know. Whack. So I think here you probably mentally already wanted to do that down back 3, right?
Let's see.
I could be wrong, but I think basically, yeah, it's difficult to play that game of I want to do my game plan,
Yeah.
but also I need to be ready to react if they do something unsafe, right? So it's a lot to mentally juggle, but it's something to keep trying to cultivate, you know, like. And I like the punishes where you got you hit my block and didn't confirm the 2. That's really good discipline. Like that's something to really develop.
Yeah, I know. And so one of the other issues, a lot of people say to use like Heihachi's back 4 for keep out. But it seems like the range is real fucking short.
Fight.
Yeah, so when you think of keep out, you want to think about like the way, like you see that? That down forward 2 has no range. That's why I was surprised it hit, because you were on your way in, so it gained range, right? Back 4 is a similar thing. You want to put it out when you think your opponent is going to come in, and you clip them moving in. That's where the strength is, right? So by itself, like my down forward 2, if you didn't move in right here, it just completely misses. But your back 4 would hit even if I didn't come in.
So here's the question with that, because I know the hitboxes change when you're pressing a button. Does it change while moving?
Not as drastically as when you hit a button, but naturally if you move the hurt box closer, right?
Yeah.
Like that was textbook back four. We love that. Back four is awful to play against as an attacker, is a good way to frame it. So I think what I can do is in this next set, I'm gonna go over that 4-4-2 situation, but I think next set what I can do is I can play Fang like you wanted to see, and then I can play Heihachi and see what moves annoy you when I do it, right?
Yeah.
So let's keep going. I want to look at that 4-4-2 situation you were talking about. I didn't mean to hit that. Okay, let's look at this. 1-1-2. So you did a non how do I describe this? You started the forward 2 before I hit the ground, right?
Yeah.
So your forward 2 is gonna aim at me while I was airborne. So when I tech roll, it's gonna miss like completely.
Okay, so I need to wait till you hit the ground and start rolling before I throw out
Right.
forward 2.
It's like you want to wait for me to hit the ground, and then you forward 2. And what that will do is it'll beat me if I stay down. It'll follow me if I tech roll, right? So let's recreate it in practice mode. I'm gonna pick. I'll show you, and then you can practice this on your own later. But I'm gonna pick Heihachi. I'm gonna knock up Shaheen, and then I'm gonna try and catch his tech roll.
Okay.
That's a good question. Is catching tech rolls is kind of like a Tekken engine kind of thing, you know, like comfort with the way the game controls and moves.
There's not really any other games where you can get practice with that.
Right. So it was definitely worth looking into. So I'm gonna set him to not block and then tech roll. So side quick roll, right? Okay. Like that. So what you did was like this. See that?
Yep.
Although I did side quick roll right, so let's. It just misses. Oops. There. That's the situation, right?
Yep.
It's all similar, but this is I was trying to recreate it exactly. So when somebody tech rolls, they have invincibility frames. Very few, but they have enough. So what we want is watch them hit the ground and then do it. Now notice if he sits still, like he doesn't get up, you'll probably hit their block, if anything. If they try to side roll, that'll hit them, right? So that's what you want to do, is you want to get them to side roll. And this is what you can do. Yeah, you can put them in practice mode, have them side roll, and practice catching them so you get that flip over.
Okay. Yeah, and I think my problem with it before is I was doing it early because I was worried about them having enough time to get up and block. But I guess them standing up and blocking is way better than me ending up off axis and then
and dying.
Back.
Exactly,
yeah.
Right? And if they get up kick, that's something to consider too.
Yeah, I've eaten a couple of spring kicks trying to forward too.
So there's a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot between them hitting the ground and you going for it. I think the technique is generally called meatying something. And you want to be really, it's something to refine as you keep playing. But what you can do is set the defender in action settings to side quick roll either way, and then change their wake up option, and just do a simple combo like electric into jab, and then try and catch their tech roll.
Okay.
Like that, right? And it is partially a read, right? Like, the safest thing is to assume they'll tech and do that, but sometimes you just want to observe. Are they going to tech or are they going to stay down? Because if they tech roll like this, you can just go in for another mix-up like this.
Okay.
Heihachi is interesting because this is something you can think more about later, but rather than relying on mid-low and stuff like this, it's still important. Like, his lows are important to, like, represent. But, oops. A big one is, he thrives on creating plus frame situations that are really hard to get out of. So, like, here he's... After a forward 4, it's really hard for the defender to do anything. I can demonstrate it a bit more later. I think it's kind of a higher concept I want to get to after we learn, like, solid punishment and solid lots of things like that. But there are a lot of situations where Heihachi's, like, here, and you can't move.
Yeah.
And, like, sure, you can duck to get away from these highs, and then you eat this, right? So, like, Heihachi is a very, like, controls your movement and your frames, whereas he doesn't necessarily go for raw mix-ups, right? Now, if the opponent is super turtling and just not blocking low, that's when you start going for the big lows, right? But as you continue to improve, I would explore that concept of once you understand punishment and frames better and stuff like that, just really, like, locking an opponent down and, like, watching them cry as they just have to block over and over again while you do your thing, you know? Anyways, so let's hop into our second first of two. I'll pick Fang as you wanted, and you can call out, basically, that's a move that's giving me problems or stuff like that, and then we'll write those down and then go through punishing them, yeah?
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. The lobby's open again.
And which way are you supposed to sidestep Fang?
You're supposed to step him left, but honestly, at this phase, I wouldn't worry about sidestepping. I would prioritize nailing the forward and backward movement.
Okay.
And the punishment. I think sidestepping is a really difficult skill to add on without those being in place.
Well, I just noticed with Fang especially, I always try, that's what I've been doing, is I've been trying to sidestep him left, but it seems like it's a 50-50 on whether or not I get clipped.
Yes, so that's part of it, is he has good options to catch you if you don't have a really clean sidestep, and he has abilities to track you if he chooses not to do a move that's weak to the left. So it's like, it's a good option if you understand the move the opponent's trying to choose consistently. At what spacing, at certain timings. That's why I say sidestep is really difficult. It's not because it's hard to hit up or down. It's because, like, the situation changes frequently based on the frames, based on the spacing, all these things. Is that gonna help?
It does.
Sweet. Okay. Then let's go ahead, get into the next first of two. Wait. Pick this ugly ass.
Welcome to the King of Iron
I don't even know where he is. There he is.
7. Fen Wei.
J-Rose says, sidestepping is a lot more intentional than backdash, forward dash. You can't have intention if you don't have the experience. Yeah, I think that's probably a good summary. It's like, yeah, it's a more than intention alone. It's high commitment to basically say, I'm not going to block here hoping that you'll miss because I think I know what you're doing. Very high commitment versus blocking or moving.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And I played most of my early Tekken, like in Tag 2, even most of this game without sidestepping, like, ever. I only sidestepped to, like, get away from the wall, but never, like, to dodge moves. It was just too hard for me. So.
God,
Round 1. Fight.
that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's not reactable. You have to guess. That's why this character's so annoying. And yeah, you have to be really quick on your punish too. Because if you're late at all... Yeah. And the problem is, if he hits you, he has frame advantage. So I can interrupt you if you don't block it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's even fast. That's how annoying it is. It's even faster than that, right?
If you get lucky, can you low parry that?
You can low parry it. You can low parry it. It's better to block it because generally you get a better punish. Although Heihachi might be an exception.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his even good punishment options are here.
So if you're struggling to get while standing 1 here, as soon as you confirm the block, just let go of your lever.
Okay.
As soon as it happens, let go. Yeah, there it is. But you see how hard that is? It's a hard move to punish.
The timing is real narrow.
It's basically, you have to be playing most of the match thinking about this move and visualizing it. And the moment you read and block it, you have to be ready to go. It's like there's no hesitation allowed.
Okay.
And then I think, can you forward 2 after that?
After the standing 1?
Yeah, after while standing 1. Yeah. That should work. You might have to do it faster, but
Time up.
I can't tech roll, so I was just trying to hold back or side roll.
Round 3. Fight.
Okay, so you can tech roll, so you have to be faster.
Okay.
Here. Yeah, it's a really difficult timing to practice, but I would say definitely something worth going into practice mode. Record Fang doing it and doing it as fast as possible. If you can do, oh, there we go. Yeah, if you can do quarter circle forward 2, that's more reliable. That is so racist. Oh my. But yeah, basically, if you're trying to get a while standing punish, you just let go of the lever as soon as possible. Also nice, that was on time. Okay, so that's one move. Let's look at some other ones that might be things. So I know Fang will be doing a lot of this, right?
Yeah.
This is plus. So basically, if you block this, you're kind of forced to eat whatever.
Yeah.
Or try jabbing me. Try jabbing me after you block it. Yeah, see? Yeah. Oh, wait, it puts you in crouch. So try hitting 4 on when you block it.
Nope, it's not. It's, yeah, I'm way too behind to even hit you with anything.
Male whale on rail. Are you in the calendar? I don't think so. Anyways, so let's see. So that's one thing, like, later you'll learn to, like, sidestep left that on a timing, but because he can, like, mix up the timing, it's hard to reliably sidestep.
Okay. So I think my best option there is actually, I think it puts me in crouch, so while standing 1.
So you don't actually want to commit to that, because if I block that, I can punish you.
Okay.
So what you...
Oh, okay, I see, yeah.
Right. Because I have... So while standing 1, the best way to think of it is strictly as a punish.
Okay.
Oh, male whale on rail. I haven't done viewer first to 3s in a while. It's usually been through Metafy. So if you want to play with me, I have a link here. Only because so many people want to play with me. Sorry about that. Anyways, so the best way to think about while standing 1 is my opponent did a move that while standing 1 is guaranteed to hit them after.
Okay.
Right? Like a true punish, and then you do it. But if it's a move where they put you in crouch and you're not guaranteed to hit them, doing while standing 1 basically says, hey, damage me on purpose. And that, yeah, generally not a good idea unless you know for a fact they're not going to block after, right? So here's a good example. I'm going to do the QCF 1+2, the headbutt. Do your while standing 1 as you intended, and I'm just going to block.
Round 1. Fight.
Then I get that for free, no matter what you want to do.
Okay.
And that's why it's bad, is because... And then Fang especially is bad to do that against because he has parries. So if you do while standing 1 again... Oh wow, no, parry's too slow. Back 1+2? What are you talking about? There, yeah, Fang has like a punch parry. Then that starts a combo, so it's like... So yeah, you don't have to press immediately retaliate with a button, but if you're going to retaliate with a button, you want to retaliate with a button that isn't going to get you hurt or damaged, right?
Yeah.
So you can do while standing 4. That one's safe. Right? You just want to do it once, because if you do it twice, I can also punish you.
Oh, okay.
But this is a situation where because Fang has frame advantage when you block, if you press, you'll probably die. So 99% of the time, if Fang's doing the headbutt, you just want to block.
Round 2.
Okay.
Block or backdash.
Fight.
Now, V-Bias is pointing out that if you are reading that he's going to do something after, you can do while standing 2 to avoid what I'm going to do and try and get around that, right? See that?
Yeah.
But that's on a read, because I think if you try that and I'm faster, I might be able to win. Oh no, it beats almost everything. Nice. Okay, it loses to down back 3. It loses to down back 3.
Yeah, I think everything loses to down back 3.
So basically, Yola, thank you for the raid. And Confucius, thanks for following. So basically what this is a case study in is after you block some things, sometimes you just have to block. There's nothing you can do. While standing 2 is a good read if you know they're going to press. But if I read that... Oh, wait, no, it's a mid. Never mind. If I read that, I would to parry.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
which means I'm probably not going to get away with that more than once in a ranked match.
You'd be surprised. I got hit by it like 5 times there. So it's it can work. The basic thing is you want to not have the muscle memory of I block this, I necessarily need to press something now, right?
Okay. Yeah, sometimes it's better just to...
In fact, it's often better to just block because it's more frustrating. If the opponent is just hitting your block, they're not doing damage to you. And then like say I try to stick 2 of these in a row, and then you do your while standing 4-4, it'll beat me. I'm like, oh wow, he blocked it, and then he's hitting me, you know? Because if I do this and just punch, nothing happens. So I might try to mix you up again with a slow move, right? And then you have a window to get in. So the best answer is if somebody's doing a move that like staggers you or makes you block like that, sometimes it's fine to just block. You don't have to hit a button, and in fact, hitting a button will get you killed most of the time. So that's kind of the Reader's Digest on frame advantage, right? Like if you were to jab after this, not that one. Jab after this, I will always beat you, right?
Okay.
No matter what. We can flip the example too. Hit a forward 4 on me, or just forward 4 and then jab right away. Right? So nothing happens if I just block. But say I'm tired of hitting your forward 4, so I do a while standing 4. That's guaranteed. In fact, no matter what I do, except for like just go ahead, do it again. Unless I stay down like this, I'm going to eat those jabs. You have basically enough frames of an advantage over my character at that situation that I can never beat you.
Okay.
Another example is do forward 4 into down forward 1. So I tried to do this down jab. That's what I tried to do. I'm mashing it as fast as I can. Right? And so you see how I can't do anything. I hit the button as fast as I could. I did my fastest option. This is 10 frames. And you still hit me. So what that means is that's the flip side of this situation, right? When he headbutted you, you were forced to block. Because if you tried to press, he could just hit you, right?
Yeah.
In the flip side, when you did forward 4, I'm forced to block. Because if I don't, you can down forward 1 me and guarantee a hit. So that's basically how frame advantage and disadvantage can be seen in like block situations. Does that kind of make sense so far?
Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense.
Sweet.
Actually.
Perfect. Yeah. So how does this all tie together? We're talking about a lot of stuff. We're talking about a lot of frames. How I think you can start to look at the game to kind of kickstart your own momentum forward, and then we can keep doing sessions and, like, you know, keep growing with that. I think a good place to start is understand you need basically 2 punishes.
Round 1.
So for you, it's 1-1-2. So every time you block something, you want to try 1-1-2 as fast as you can. So that didn't work. So let's say this move is safe, right? We tried it, it didn't work.
Yep.
You can check again in practice mode later if it seems like a ridiculous move like this, and if 1-1-2 didn't work, maybe you had a chance. Okay, but that one worked.
Okay, yeah, so it's just gonna come out faster.
Right, and so try it a few times. If you can't get it, maybe it's a safe move. Maybe it can't be punished. But in this case, the move I'm doing to you right now is -15. It's very punishable. So, you basically want to constantly be cross-checking between, did I punish it right, or is it safe? And luckily now we have the replay feature. Do you have the frame data DLC?
Yeah, I got everything.
Perfect. So when you go into a replay, it'll tell you, right? Like, was it safe? Was it a punish? So you will gain the most at this stage of every time you see that punishment, see if you did a 1-1-2. If you did and you were just too slow, now you know it's something to work on.
Yeah, okay.
If you did it and it's fine, like it's not punishable, then you know that the move is safe, and now you know that's a situation where I can't really press, right? Because if you try to 1-1-2 here, you won't win. Wait, I'm stoned. Will you? Oh yeah, do. Okay, that was a good punish actually. So right here, do it again. So like that's a situation where, okay, I know I was doing a jab. That's my fastest move. If it couldn't hit, that's a situation where I need to block, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, and then there's also a lot of misleading stuff. Like this is actually jab punishable. If you're fast enough, you can 1-1-2 this. But the block stun is so fast that it's really hard. So I almost never try to punish this move because it's just so ridiculous.
Okay.
So,
I
but
think the other
go ahead.
move that I have the most trouble with is his what to do after his shoulder.
So his shoulder is launch punishable.
Okay.
But again, there's the spacing issue. There's the so try 1-1-2, see what happens. Okay, so it hits. Let's try it at a bit of a bigger spacing. Try 1-1-2. So 1-1-2 on Heihachi is pretty consistent now, I think. I don't think it's ever gonna miss now.
Okay.
Now, when you're good, you can electric it, right? But the timing will be pretty
one day
tough.
when I'm good, I'll electric that.
So, here's what I want you to see punishment as right now. Your fastest punish is 1-1-2. Basically, try that as many times as you can. Try and get it. And if it's blocked, then you know that 1-1-2 isn't gonna work, right?
Yeah.
Round 4.
So if I do this,
Fight.
and 1-1-2 doesn't work, let's just assume it's safe, right? Try it like a few times. It's just not working. So now we know, okay, it's not gonna work. Try it. So that's your fastest option. That means no punish is gonna work ever. Okay, unless they're like, unless they do this and then try to press and then you counter hit them, right? That's different. The other punish I want you to do is down forward 1-2. So because Heihachi doesn't have an easy launch, this is gonna be your next best thing. Go as fast as you can. And you can actually enter it in Tekken, you can enter it a bit early. You can actually...
that's actually one of my big questions is knowing at what point in that I can actually start pressing without it hitting me.
So right after the block hits you, spam down forward 1.
Okay.
So you can see there's a decently big window between when you hit the button and when it actually comes out.
Yeah, okay, so if I hit it as it's hitting me, or I mean as I'm blocking it, it should buffer it and then come out as soon as it's ready?
Tekken has one of the most generous buffers in the game for attacks.
Okay.
So since I'm recording, I want you to go ahead, rematch. I'll show you on screen because I have my hand cam going. So I want you to hit my block and then I'm gonna buffer an input and you can see how generous it is.
Okay. Because I've noticed that like your first attack you can buffer pretty decently.
Yeah.
But then everything else after that has to be timed pretty well, it seems
Yes.
like.
So it's when you're doing a string, you have a lot of time to buffer. When it's on block, you have a lot of time to buffer. Directions and movement don't get buffered. That's why electric punishes are so hard, because you can't load up the electric input in advance. You have to do it as soon as you're actionable. That's why it's so hard. So go ahead, hit me with like a 1-1-2. So I hit it right as the 2 hit me. So you'll see it in the VOD, or if you look at my screen, actually.
Yeah, I'm watching your screen.
Okay, watch my screen, yeah. Oops, too soon. My bad. Hold on. You see how early that I did that?
Yeah, that's...
So that was too early. So you have a lot of time. That's basically the
Okay.
moral of that story.
Yeah.
So accuracy of the direction and the button is more important than speed in this case. So if you're trying to punish this with down forward 1-2, you care more about having that down forward input locked in and then hitting 1-2. Yes, exactly. Beautiful. So the 2 punishes I want you to know from standing, Heihachi's a bit of a weird case, but that's still okay. We can work with it. Is 1-1-2 and down forward 1-2. I don't think Heihachi has an easy standing launcher, so we're gonna go with those 2. So yeah, basically, mission goals. Learn your standing punishes, but you only want to learn 2. I don't want you to learn like the detailed ones, like 11 frame, 12 frame, etc. It's just, can I 1-1-2 it, or can I down forward 1-2 it?
Okay.
Ideally, down forward 1-2, right?
Yeah.
But 1-1-2.
Yeah, because all the guides you see online are like, learn all of their punishers, and you're like, I'm not gonna be able to keep that in my brain.
Exactly. It's a big information overload, and it's very niche because different characters have different frame-specific punishes. So my opinion on this is you only need to, the muscle memory you want to build is, can I quick punish it or can I launch punish it? Those are the two big ones. Heihachi's is a bit weird because his is a 13 frame, so you'll have to relearn this at another point, but this is a good starting point. Is, can I 1-1-2 it? Can I down forward 1-2? Actually, what are Heihachi's strong, like 15 frame moves? Let me see.
That's why I'll never forgive the Japanese.
You guys in chat, do you guys know Heihachi's like 15 frame moves? It doesn't have to launch, but I want to see. Because ideally, that would be better for muscle memory than for doing down forward 1-2. Back 3? Back 1-2? Final worship, shut up. Forward 2-3. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Praise Noise. That's okay. Perfect. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Forward 2-3 is your, and this is, understand that this is not to be optimal for killing. This is optimal for understanding Tekken better. If people ask you why you're doing this, it's so you can muscle memory the 15 frame punish, because that's universal across every character, more or less. Few exceptions like Heihachi, but that's a universal concept that's going to always be important as a defender. So, two goals. 1-1-2, forward 2-3. When you play against a character you haven't played before, or you lose a match, go into the replay and watch and see, am I able to... Is back 1-2 15 frames?
I don't think so.
If it is, then I'm sorry, Spinal Worship. I'm an idiot. Oh, okay. My bad. Ban the streamer. Okay. I take it back. Not forward 2-3. Back 1-2. This is why I have chat. Chat's great. Hey, somebody shoot Spinal Worship for being a good viewer. I thought back 1-2. I was thinking of I don't know why I thought that was 12 frames. I thought it was 12 frames for some reason. Yeah, okay, so back 1-2 is your 15 frame punish, okay? So, two punishes. Not that. Your two punishes are 1-1-2 and back 1-2. So you basically, if somebody hits you with like a slow mid or something, you can try back 1-2. If it doesn't work, assume it doesn't work. Try 1-1-2. If it doesn't work, assume it doesn't work. We'll check the replay after. Or ask questions. Is this move safe? Is this move punishable? Right?
Yeah.
And don't worry about the specifics. It's just, can I 1-1-2 it? Or even better, can I back 1-2 it? Those are the two criteria. Okay?
Okay.
Also, Spinal Worship, it doesn't matter if it's homing because it's a punish. In fact, arguably, this will be nicer for momentum. You know what? I'm going to disagree with Spinal Worship here. Not because back 1-2 is a bad move. Back 1-2 is a better move. But I want you to do forward 2-3. I know I'm telling you 15 million things, right?
Yep.
I want you to do forward 2-3 for two reasons. You're using the 2 button, so it'll help you learn the electric muscle memory, which I think is really good.
Yeah.
It knocks down and it wall splats. So in a fighting, like in a punish situation, it'll feel more like how general characters do knockdowns. You'll launch punish this and then you'll get a wake up situation. You won't get a combo, but that's a Heihachi thing.
It's actually, so I do hit the forward 2-3 pretty often. My issue then is, what's the best course of action after that?
So, course of action.
Especially in the open like that, where he just lands on his stomach and bounces back up.
So here, what is he able to do from this position? He can do a wake up low kick. Okay. He can do a wake up low kick. He can do a wake up mid kick. That's minus 19, right? So if he does a wake up low kick, minus 19, you can set up the situation again. So if they choose to do something that unsafe and you block it, this is a real punish, right? So if he handshakes that, I doubt he will, but you know, that's a situation. So that's one thing. If that's what he does, the mid kick. If he does the low kick and you block it, you get that.
Yeah.
If he does side roll, you can forward too. Back 1-2 wall spots as well. Yeah, I am aware of that. It just doesn't knock down. I would rather he have a punish that knocks down. Which isn't like factual or anything. I just figured it made more sense. Right?
Yeah, I mean, and I know when I get knocked down, that's more frustrating than, you know,
Exactly.
doesn't.
So a good way to think about it is you don't have to hit them right away. It's more that they have to wake up and guess.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a big thing. Is use those two moves as your punishers. 4-2-3, 1-1-2. I'm gonna write that down for my sake because I'm gonna forget. Your while standing punishes are easier. There's only two things. It's while standing 4-4. So if you block a low, you try this. Generally, it'll work. There's very few moves that this won't punish. And then you do this. That's the other one. And you already have those.
Yeah. Okay.
And then learn the QCF2 punish. Or the follow-up, right? This is one you can buffer.
Okay.
So learn that. And then, let's see. Those are two big things. The next things I want you to focus on are, those are two big things, honestly. That alone will be a lot. Don't sweat sidestepping. Practice your backdash and forward movement. I'm glad you're not trying too much to do like wave dashes right now. There's no need for that.
Yeah.
Unless, okay, and I want to do a caveat that if you're having fun exploring any of these techniques, don't let what I say stop you from doing it. Okay?
Yeah.
This is just strictly like if you have like 20 minutes and you want to do the most optimal thing to improve. But this is strictly if you want to do that. But if you're having fun exploring, like, I want to try these wave dashes and do these electric combos, have fun. That's so much more important, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I do practice wave dash and electric combos pretty much every day. But
Cool, yeah, and if that's satisfying, don't let me stop you from doing that.
that seems less important than just practicing, you know, better punishment.
It is less important, and I'm just going to be a broken record. If you're having fun with it, stick with it. That's so important. It's not worth doing it the optimal way and becoming miserable, because that's what I did for such a long time. Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
So I've put down your standing punishes, your while standing punishes. In the neutral game, I like that you're using down back 3 because you understand that down back 2 has a lot of risks.
Yep.
And yet it's still okay to use now and then. So I don't think I have to tell you much to do there. You want to supplement it because as someone playing against you, I wasn't afraid to duck. There was the occasional down forward 1-2 that was coming out of nowhere. That was a little scary, but I wasn't too afraid, you know?
Yeah.
So how do you make me afraid to duck? Forward 4. Forward 4 is scary to duck because if I duck it... So let me turn on the frames for both people. And don't worry too much about memorizing the frames or anything. But if... See how it's plus 13 if they duck it?
Yeah.
You know this is guaranteed after. So that's the reason why it's crazy. Is because if you hit forward 4 and they're duck and you visually confirm it, you get a down forward 1-2. At the wall, this is
Yeah, you get a free
fucked up.
down forward.
Yeah. It's a really fast confirm though, so it's probably going to take a while. But the main reason you want to do this, that's one of the best parts of forward 4, but the main reason I want you to use forward 4 is because this will help you understand kind of like the frame advantage, disadvantage situation.
Yeah.
If you do forward 4 and they're hitting you after, you stop them with down forward 1-2. Because unless they power crush or rage art, they can't beat you. Any button they press will lose if they block this, right? So you go, if you're in the neutral, nothing's happening, and you hit this and they block it, you can check them with this. If that hit, then you know you can go for this, the full thing. That's kind of like your bread and butter plays. Like from far away, you use back 4 to keep out, right? And you're not trying to necessarily like hit them with it. It's more like, oh, they're coming into me, I'll keep them out.
Yeah.
Backdash.
So sometimes it's probably better to throw it out even when I know it's not going to hit if they're too far, just to keep that in their head.
I think, no, not necessarily, because you want them to get hit by it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do them, the only moves that you want to whiff from a distance are electric. PSN Fighty Pants. Refollowed. Teaching Feed X is tight. Hope you do more of this. Being air slide is whack. Raffle shoot that guy is tired. Probably gonna get shot for this. You were right. Somebody shoot that guy. No, I appreciate it, dude. I'm glad you like the teaching stuff, dude. Seriously. You didn't have to tell me you unfollowed me, though. Whack. Anyways, so... let's see. What was I talking about? I fucking forgot. Yeah. Okay, so back 4, keep out. Forward 4, up close pressure. Those are kind of like 2 big things you can, like, practice. Right?
Okay.
And then... you still have your low mid, like that's a fundamental Tekken thing, but just having this mid up close, because it basically, if they block it, you win. If it hits, you win. If it whiffs, it's kind of hard to whiff punish unless they're really on point, so yeah, that's good stuff. Back 4, forward 4. Even forward 4, forward 3 is nasty, because if they try to sidestep and they're not clean, you can clip them. Forward 3 is really good. Forward 3 is also really good. Just like minus... what, +2 on block? Why? It's a counter hit launcher. It's unparryable unless you're Geese or Jin or Leroy. All right, so forward 3, back 4, forward 4. These are like your power mids. Forward 2 if you have like a read on them ducking. But honestly, you're incurring a lot of risk doing this move because there are characters that can punish it.
Yep.
Better to just... Heihachi's kind of like a... the way I think of Heihachi, and people might disagree, and I'm encouraged to see what they think. But I think, when I think of Heihachi, I think of like a power mid knockdown poker. Right? Like he pokes you with these really fast things that make you want to block. Once you're blocking, he's like, you want to duck? Do you want to duck? Do you want to duck? Do you want to duck? And the moment you duck, he murders you, right? Wall splat or knockdown into another situation. Oh, it's -2? Yeah, I had the frames mixed up. Thanks. I was wondering. I'm like, there's no way it's +2. Thanks, Hakuna Matatas. And then if they say like, I'm not gonna duck, I'm just gonna keep standing. It's okay. How long are you gonna keep standing? You wanna keep doing that? What's gonna happen? You know? You wanna keep standing? What about now, right?
Yeah.
If they hella don't wanna duck, yeah, this throw. Right? So you have all that. I think that's how I think of Heihachi. It's like, if you wanna move, get around my jab, get around this. If you wanna sit still, how long do you wanna sit still? You're gonna keep standing, eat these lows, right? But normally people do lows to make people want to duck. Heihachi, I think, controls the way you move, does electrics to make you want to duck. And if you're not ducking, you're eating a small mix-up every time because he's +4, right? There's actually a video of me blocking against Heihachi for a good like 40 seconds straight because he just does not want to duck. So that's a... That's good food for thought, I think. And then definitely watch like high-level Heihachis and just try and copy their moves, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think the watching high-level Heihachis is the biggest problem I found, is that there's not a lot of streamers that play him as their main.
Yeah. Luckily, you can watch old footage of Heihachi. He hasn't changed too much. There's some small stuff that's changed, like the frames and stuff like this. But the moves people are choosing are still generally jab, forward 4, down forward 1, 1 back 2. JDCR love this in Tag 2. So much of this.
1 back 2 is one of my favorites.
Yeah, so lots of 1 back 2, delayable.
Yeah, because 1 back 2, it's hit confirmable and you can delay it.
Guys, how is PSN Fighty Pants typing to me right now? I'm kidding. Kane plays Mean Height? I haven't watched it, but if you're getting
Kane is one of the only streamers that I regularly watch.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, if you're getting, like, if he's willing to answer questions, I would ask him, you know? But like, yeah, like, that's what I would say. Back 4, forward 4, forward 3. Your lows, you already know. Down back 3. The occasional single hell sweep. Down back 3. Or down back 2. And then, yeah. Aside from that, I think learning your punishes and learning to outspace people will be colossal. It makes such a big difference. Oh, this is the punish. How slow is this? Too slow. It's too slow. We're not gonna worry about that.
Yeah, that move, I specifically watched Athena talking about that one. She's basically said she never uses it.
It's good if you are super on point with your punishment, but since we're still learning punishment right now, it's not worth it.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Okay, that's pretty much all I have. Went a bit over, but I feel like I helped you. Sorry, that sounds really arrogant. I feel like I was able to give you a lot to work with here, is what I want to say, right?
This is super helpful.
Okay, yeah. But
if I lose in today's tournament, I'm going to give you a 1-star review.
That's okay. Completely understood. My DMs are open, so hit me up if you have any questions with this stuff. Let me know how it's been going, and then if another session would help, you know where to find me. I'm gonna upload a snippet of this to my Stream VODs channel. If you want it private, let me know. But I think there's a lot of people who might benefit from this, so I would like to make it public.
You can leave it public. That's fine.
Champ, what a guy, dude. Anyways, thank you so much. I will catch you later. I have another session to get to, but yeah, again, hit me up whenever.
Okay, sounds good, man.
Peace
Thank you.
out. Cheers. All right, that was long. PSN Fighty Pants really coming in here and telling me he unfollowed me. That's like going up to... That's like cheating on your wife, coming back home. She doesn't know. She fucking cooks you dinner, makes you the best meal, and you're like, you know, I miss these meals. I really regret cheating on you, but I'm back. Like, huh? Are you crazy? Good to have you back, buddy. You're on thin ice.